Hello and welcome back to Mashinky. When I say welcome back, this is the first time I've played this game in a long time. I had it when it was originally early accessed. So we'll have a go. We'll have a Wild West. Make it a large map. We might as well see how well it's going to go, because I don't think there is any no custom maps so much. Low density forests, medium, lakes. Make it easy enough. And let's go give this a go. Like I say, it's been a long time since I played this. Kept meaning to give it a go again, but never got round to actually giving it a go again. So right. Oh, I'm thinking for starters, it will chug a bit. It's chugging on my machine. Probably around here we've got a good bit of stuff around here. Get rid of that. Right, so early steam age, instant enter the steam age, you go. Put 100 of them in. We've got 1,000 money. This is the build menu. It's not really train worthy, that is it? But I don't know if. Let's put that down first. Let's have a look at vehicles. Oh right, we do have them. So let's do a road up to there. Then a road out to there. Do a station like that. There we go. So that's how we do that. Like I say, it's been a long time. These two roads, these need actual linking up. So then we come out of build mode, vehicles, right, orders, go to there, wait till fully loaded, go to there, fully unload. That should start that one off. Yep, there it goes. Okay, so we have that. Right, let's have a look. Now, can we duplicate this vehicle easily? Let's name it. Oh, we can do it there. So we'll get 4 of them on the go. Right, and then they will turn 3 planks into 2 wood into 3 planks. There's more industries as you go on. That one you get a coin out of it too. Right, but then from the planks, imagine we go into tools. Yeah, tool works. Which we can go to this one here. So I think that is worthy of a railway. So we go into build. We can build a railway. Right there, run it down there. Just have it run across here. Like so. And then have a station there and a station there. then we need a depot. Do that like that. Right. Back into this mode. Right, engines. One of them. That should do it. Orders. Go to there. Wait for full load. And go to there. Oh, and unload. Start. That's very Transport Fever. Not Transport Fever. Transport Tycoon Deluxe feel, but sort of like updated a bit. It's nice. I used to enjoy playing it. Right, so then the other thing that these need is coal. Coal's there or there. So we could easily railway line from there. I'm going to connect it up to there, future proofing. You'll see why. But essentially then from here we want to cut across here into there. We'll have a bit of single track, and at this point we'll double track it out. So we mess it up. On there, right, signals. On that way. I think I've done that right. Yep. Put one in the middle because the trains aren't long at the moment. Right, and then double one there for now. And we will obviously revisit this at a later date to improve it. But for now, that's what we need. Right. So then we need, in the depot, we're going to need another, ran out of money. Borrow a bit. And then we need that's too heavy. That we'll have to do. Orders. You're gonna go to there. Wait for full load. Go to there. And you're going to unload, and that's all we need to do, because they don't actually produce anything, they just produce the coins for us. So we'll come out of that mode. We'll rename this train so we know what it is. This is lumber to tools. I think we need to get a few more of these on the go. Oh, we can collect. So we've got a new currency. These are wooden logs. Wooden coin. It's a weird way that it does it. If I'm honest. Hang on a minute. I had 3 vehicles running on that. Why have I only got waiting in oh. Helps if I tell them to go, doesn't it? So they should all come out now. Right, and then in the meantime, we've got this one down here as well. So we'll build. For now, we'll do it as a road. Like so. station there. Build one there. I obviously just got that achievement, but I've been playing this before, so it's not really an achievement. Go to there, and go to there. There we go. Now there was one there that said a route list, so I'm wondering if we now have the ability, yes we do, to see routes, which is much better. Right. So station 7, we'll name this at the moment. Colchester bus. So then we know what it is basically. This we can name to Colchester Depot. You're going to make 4.8 of them. You've got some logs. You've got some of that. How's our coal one doing? Our coal one's leaving. You've just seen coal go flying into there. That's good. This might be better to have it so it doesn't wait. I don't, because we don't really have a really good flow yet of stuff going into it, potentially, because that's got 35 logs, man. Duplicate that. Start. I don't have enough money for another one. Well, we'll just see how that goes now. In this 5.5. The thing is, it takes 3, so that's a vehicle. That's 3/5 of a vehicle to make one. Now this, we need 100 of them and 100 of the coal tokens to advance the early steam age. Yeah, these are tokens. You have money tokens, wood tokens, coal tokens, and then it goes on like that. So yeah, you see the materials flying around. This is going to be a sawmill. So that should be nearly full. 7 out of 14. We need a bit more. He's got more passengers to come back. So, oh, there's quite a lot of passengers there. I'm wondering if, just to cheat the system, start planning my way. Oh, I've broken it. That's fine. Stuff will slow down because I'm out of money. So I think I definitely could do with another bus. go. There's also 31 people waiting at this one here. The buses are making the money to fund them. Just go for the next one. Because that train's offloaded here, so this one has stuff. We can add stuff onto it in a later date. Colchester will go up eventually. We can add stuff in. So hopefully by the time this gets back now, there should be a good amount of that left. We've got 30 coal here, which is perfect. This train holds 24. I don't understand why you stopped there. Or have you gone dead slow because... oh, I don't know. We do have 2 buses running though. Do we have another town? We have another town over here which we could get a bus to as well. But you see, this station isn't open. I'm gonna just tell it to refuse everything for now. Because it's open, but we're not accepting anything to it. But we were lacking funds then, but these buses are doing it for us. So I mean, there's 79 down here. Just don't know if it'd be worth it just to... right, so that's the max we can borrow, 461. Let's see if we can actually get a small train going. Thinking just along the... that probably gives us the best bet at the moment. Do that, go around the coal. Join the coal line. Then, yes, we're going to have to double track that up to at least there. Have that coming in there. That protected, right. Oh, with 200 and odd, we should be able to do this quite easily. So we get 15, get 3. So yeah, that's quite a few. Orders, you want to go to there. to go to Cardiff first. Start. I've missed a signal. That will improve our money. So this one now accepts and produces them. Pin that and that one. So you see we've got 8 coal tokens now. That's because when this delivers, takes them and produces a token. But while we've got a lack of vehicles, that won't be a problem, but we need to have money coming in to do it. So you can hold 45, at the moment there's 6 at the station, there's 100 at that station. Do stuff like build a waiting area. There you go. That increases the catchment area. And I can essentially do that at the other side as well once we are up and running. So these will get more passengers as the station goes up in rank, so to speak, I believe. Because at the moment distribution is mediocre, but obviously more people will flock to that if they can get on the train rather than the bus. Because at the moment we've got 93 people waiting. Cardiff produces 3.1 of a person. I don't know how you get 3.1 of a person, but hey, 3.1 of a person it is. That's what it produces. I'm gonna possibly need another coal train because that's not keeping up. Which that'll help. He's just setting off now, which is good. You see, that's only 7.5 coins, but then again, it is only 11 people, and that's 10, so it's not too bad. And that will move these quicker. And there's 37 there, so that's going to be a full load there. I think as soon as we can, probably link this one up as well, which will help. Quite possibly, not too sure. So because different stuff as well takes different resources to operate, it's a balancing game. So like that one's 20, but it costs 2 coins instead. So that's 20 planks, but it takes 2 coins instead of 1. The vehicles are the same, so that's their fuel. So 39 out of 45 people got on that, and it's 26.5 tokens. Don't know where the halves come from or what happens to them, but Hey, it happens. We've got 43 logs there. So if I can get 75 of them, it gives me more thing. 100 gives me more as well. There's 25 now down at this station. But this is like every 4 planks as well. It makes 2 coins. So we've got 31 now. Speed it up a little bit so we can actually get somewhere here. And I'm just gonna excuse all the crumpling noises. Got a bag underneath my desk. I'm gonna move that so I can sit properly. So that's 30p full load, 30 coins there. That's really not bad going. 16 there, that takes 14, so it's working well. When the trains get back, they are full, which is what we want. We need to make sure our income vehicles fuel, so it's 11 30 between 11 and 13 a time, so we're definitely making that. So the money will be on the way up. Boo. You get in from the car. Ooh. See, that will be in the way there. What I could do, extend the station slightly. I'm gonna have to wait for that, I think. So that works out quite well. We're like halfway there now as well. So the only way we can sort of improve this is by doing duplicating that. So we'll have 2 coal trains on the go. Then after that, the only way really to improve is by getting more log trucks going. Obviously we've got to be wary of how much fuel we're using. yeah, Smith Toys tomorrow. We was gonna go today, weren't we? But we have not.
You're fucking bullshit and everything dirty.
Oh, collect time up. We get 100 for that. 200. We're doing that anyway. And he's got the clothes, don't forget as well.
Wow. Not much.
One coal train there. One there leaving. We have got a signal in the middle there. Delivery of coal as well, 200 coal. Well, we should be able to really get through that. I don't actually.
You're helpful. Very helpful.
It's not something I know. Are they not in the drawer? So I think with what we've got here, I think it's time to try and expand our way over to St. David's. Build that in their backyard. And then we will duplicate that as well once we've got the money. Possibly as this is getting busier, it might be an idea. Build that as a holding area. Got 46 people already waiting out there. This station's getting busy. Should have really had that go that way round, possibly. But we can change it at a later date, that's not a problem. Coinage stuff will slow down in a minute. No tokens for operating 6 trains, that's fine. That'll sort itself out in a second. I've got signals on it already, so it's just literally a case now of waiting for funds to get another train. Does, but we now have a market. Oh, so that puts that up by another one. Deforestation. Deliver 1,000 logs from the forest near Wrexham within 10 years. To any sawmill. Don't know where that is. expand that, okay. You don't.
Bit late now.
You ain't getting up. Excuse you. That's going to be difficult to get to in a minute.
You're useless today, you.
I don't know that one. I've not seen one. Is there not
Okay.
one in the garden?
In the garden? I don't know, go and have a look, make yourself useful.
Is there one in the car?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get that one then.
Go and do it, make yourself useful. Good boy, well done. Do you want a sticker?
No. This should be nice and easy. Another coal mine there that I can use. I'm going to save that before it freaks out. Up to that way, we'll into that station. And then do the same on the second line as well. And then the trains that go to that station can also carry on down to that station. You what? Oh, hi Stefan. 1 minute, I'll tell her. Natalie, Stefan said he wants that sticker. Stefan said he wants that sticker. Stefan does, yeah. I don't know, he's just obviously overheard and he wants the sticker. Stefan, she said come and get it. Oh, vehicle 7 destroyed by a train. Oh, we've done that. And we can do that, which now means we should have other stuff available. Just let the game load a minute as it's adding other stuff in. So now we see down here, now we've got an iron ore mine. So more industries get added as you go. Oh, that was quite a big amount. Deliver 200 iron ore and 200 coal to any foundry. And we now have the post office. So post is out of range. We have another little village down here which we could connect by bus. And do the post across there like that. That'd work out alright. Got a foundry down there. A station in as well. Puts the signals in automatically for me. The same up to here. There we go. So then the 2 trains that do come in here, this being one of them, orders when you go to St. David's, plus that into there like that. And then wait for the other one because I don't know which is the other one. It's gonna be this one, train 15. That'll help keep that flowing. Right, I think we will do a bit of this post. Oh, not enough tokens. Well, that will soon be sorted out. Bear in mind, one of our buses got destroyed by the train. There we go. And then we need a station here. That gets that's everything. And we're going to need an extra station down here for the post as well. So that will pick up passengers and post. An iron ore mine, really badly placed there. It's not badly placed because there's a foundry on this run here. So we can always bring this coal down here as well as the iron. So it's not too badly placed. Because that coal is producing plenty. Oh, oh, we have some new vehicles. We have the mail van. Grab one of them. There. To there. Deliver 50 post, we can do that. Post van's on his way out. Presuming, yeah, this post office was way out on it. I don't think you can transfer stuff in this. Oh, more hints. Not a problem, we know about them. So, this is the foundry. 5 iron ore, 5 of them, make 5 steel, and 3 of them. And then the steel needs to come over, well, can go to the tools works, which we do have over here already. This needs mail being delivered as well, so I think we will get another mail van. Go from there down to here. Nice simple run. This I could try and sort out. $178 tokens, and then that'll get rid of the level crossing, which will be better. Now, I'm presuming that these have managed to lock themselves because they are pretty stupid at times. Yep, they have, there you go. Don't know what that stands for. I want to rename this station anyway to Cardiff. That'll help me understand where stuff actually wants to go as well, rather than just station names. This line possibly, I say possibly, definitely needs some more trains. Because because it's very busy. Yeah, they're full. So, but we do have some new stuff. So that takes coal, which we can actually afford to run. I think the platforms are long enough. That takes 90 people, so that will, as long as it fits in the platforms, that will easily shift a good amount of people. And is quicker. Fitting it in this station might be a problem. Might need to dig this up. It'll fit. Be fine. Depends how the game works it out. It might let it work. Unless there's 600 to dig that house up. Right, sorry mate, you gotta move, there's a railway line in the way. You may have had a point. Can I get the 600? I can. Stop building stuff. Not enough tokens, typically. Come on. Sort the other one out. Train 18 has been stopped. It's fine, I know that train 18 has been stopped for a while. It was stuck. There we go. So that now fits. Don't need to fit in these ones. It's not crossing over anywhere. iron ore mine is our next objective pretty much, and I think I'm going to try and cheat and put the station on this side and see if that is in the catchment area. If it is, then that's brilliant. Oh yeah, cheers Stefan. Yeah, cheers. Might have told myself, but I made it fit, didn't I? Is there? I'll have to have a look at this one. I'm not a bird expert, but I can safely say you're correct. There is loads of birds. At 355, I can. Hang on, I can go over 6. Never seen that before in the garden. Well, that cures the fact of the railway line going over the track. I didn't demolish half the time. I demolished a house. And it'll rebuild. It'll rebuild once the town expands, which is at 1,300 people, which won't take long to get that delivered. But 500 and odd is enough. Oh yes, yes, that fits perfect. I don't know why I'm putting 2 in there, but no. Want my face? They're sitting on the trampoline. DL. I really have never seen anything like it. Not in our garden, anyway. This will need double platforming. Right, so I can get that into there. We'll go for another one of them. Iron ore. I don't have many of them, so it's going to be that one. Orders, right, go to there and unload, go to there, unload, go. That should get another one going. So now we have to get to the iron is some coal, which we do have here. And we already have the line in place, so I think if we share that out bonus, we'll have that. Wagons. Some of them. And we'll go. Orders go to station 5. Full load. Go to there. Unload. Start. Might need to rejig this at some point to allow a bit more traffic in it, but and this junction, because this junction is just it's shite. Because now these two have managed to block each other. Just goes to show how shite the junction actually is. But I do have money coming in now, so essentially I can rejig all this junction in. So we can put a bridge in there of a stone one. That can come round like so, connect on there, and that can connect into there. And that can get rid of that crossing, as that is now no longer required. Gets rid of that one as well. Not very realistic, but in the game of efficiency, works a treat.
Good, but you burnt mine. I have to tell him what.
It's just complain.
Dude, or
What?
the soundbar.
The telly's not even turning up.
Nah.
Right, this junction now needs reconfiguring. Doesn't work at all now. Copyright strike.
That's not my problem.
And I think a bridge. Over there. Which works out that it doesn't fit. Because it's too far away.
Nursing Liz, my wife.
I wanted to help others.
But unexplainable things started happening.
Might fit.
Completely unprepared for the terror.
There was some spiritual battle going on between good and evil.
Hard to fathom
Yes, that fits now.
until you're in it yourself.
Which means that one can go. That can go. I know I should work for Network Rail. It's great planning. Just make it up as I go along.
Of their new workplace, a large rural hospital.
This job was very
That is the only
important.
one now that crosses.
I got my new car, so I had a lot of financial responsibility at the time.
I was fresh out of high school, so my first job as a nursing assistant was great to building my career, building my financial
That helps if I
status.
actually plan that out.
A great part about my job was that I did get to work with my boyfriend at the time, who is now my husband, Garrett. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Welcome. Thank you.
Don't think I can stop that really crossing, but it's better than it was at the moment.
Most of Maria's work is in the hospital's medical records room, located in a dark, secluded section of the hospital.
551 people waiting there, that's a lot of people.
It was a very dark, dark room. And I had to go up there on a constant basis by myself. It felt like there was eyes on the back of your head the whole duration of your time in there. It was a very odd and unexplainable thing that the room was chilly in the midsummer time where it should not have been cold at all.
One of the most sensitive ghost detectors is believed to be the human body, and we're not entirely sure why, but some people seem to be able to register the presence of the paranormal, and they feel it in terms of chills and goose flesh and a racing heart.
At any given time, I was definitely expecting to see something pull out of the shadows.
Maria isn't alone in finding the hospital more than just a little unsettling.
I was making my rounds one night, while making sure that all the patients were safely in their beds where they belonged and had everything that they needed.
I did some cooking.
And I happened upon a room where I heard a lot of
Oh,
noisy
alright,
sounds.
yours was more cremating, but
It sounded like a TV was on.
Was there anybody in that room?
There were no patients in that room at that
goes from the
present
cooking.
time. But sometimes staff members, they would go into rooms, turn the TVs on, watch them. So I went in and I tried to shut it off. I tried pressing the power button on the remote. The TV would not turn on.
nah, I
I
put
was a
some
little
pizza
bit
in the oven.
confused by this. I chalked it up to an electrical
Pam?
error. I
Editor?
tried turning the television off with
The
the button
editor?
on the TV. This didn't work. So my last option was to unplug the TV from the wall.
What happens next? Defies all reason.
It certainly was off-putting because there was no way for me to explain that.
In the filing room, Maria faces a much more ominous threat.
I could feel that there was something malevolent in that room. Every time I had to go in there, it was just that knot in my throat and every hair standing on end. It was almost like something was there watching your every move and just waiting for that moment to pounce on you.
So why even go there?
Destroy someone's field.
Because it was part of my job duties at the time.
What began as a strange feeling takes on shape.
Something finally did, from the shadows, float across the room. I was freaked right the hell out.
Suddenly, the shadow is gone.
It scared the living daylights right out of me.
Did you report this?
I didn't report this to anyone. I kept it to myself because I didn't want anyone who I worked with to think I was crazy.
That's now just a link rail, that now.
But in the safety of her home, Maria opens up to Garrett.
Really strange things keep happening to me at work.
Maria is relieved to find Garrett shares her fear.
There were plenty of things that I was encountering that I was not prepared for, that did not make a whole lot of sense to me. But I had no idea how horrific things would get.
Back at the hospital, Maria tries hard to focus on her work. Especially in the filing room. But just outside the door, something catches her eye. A wall covered with photos of former hospital staff.
And there was one picture of this gentleman. The eyes were glowing red.
Don't need that.
I was wondering if there was an exit sign, the red lights reflecting off the glass. reflecting into the eyes, making them look red? Or was my vision blurry for some reason? There were no red exit lights near the picture. It was almost a feeling of warning. Something did not want me in that room anymore.
Nursing assistants Garrett and Maria are threatened by an evil force in the hospital. Maria ignores the ominous warning signs and continues into the filing room.
In retrospect, do you wish that maybe you had taken that warning seriously?
I need to up the timber.
Provoked by her presence, a dark shape emerges from the shadows.
I started to feel a presence in there. I did not feel safe.
There are a number of cases on record in which spirits are a real danger to the living.
I felt
Look at that for
a
now.
hand on my throat, as if someone was coming up from behind and just trying their hardest to make it hard for me.
Dark entities behave like animals who like to inflict maximum carnage upon the living.
Maria breaks free and runs.
I felt pure terror. I just got the fuck out of there. On the way home, I was very freaked out. I was not in any mindset to be driving home at all. I was scared out of my mind. When I got home, there was some doubt in my mind. Am I imagining all of this? Am I crazy, or did this truly happen?
It's on TV stuff, and it's Paranormal Night Shift, isn't it?
No, hospitals.
Paranormal Hospitals instead.
But when I realized whatever was in the medical records room followed me home,
These entities like to latch on to a living victim, just as they would recognize a potential source of free energy.
I poked the beast in the cage, and now I'm paying for it.
Terrified by the situation, Maria has no idea how to break the news to Garrett. Until she no longer has to.
Maria?
I looked up and saw this shadow flitting from one end of the wall to the other.
It was something that I couldn't explain. I was scared.
It was a moment of terror.
I felt whatever this was going to attack me.
These dark demonic entities feed on fear. The more terrified the victim is, the more they like it. It's like blood and water to a shark.
Then, it vanishes.
I felt very guilty because I knew that the reason the demon was there was my fault for provoking it.
Then, presence enters Garrett's unconscious.
I had a dream that was very disturbing to me. There was this large demonic creature
Oh, you
staring right
twat.
at me with these large glowing yellow eyes. And it wanted me to know that it was there and that it was there for me. When I woke up, I could have swore for a moment that in the corner of the room, the face was still there. And then it disappeared. That was just undescribably horrific. I was truly terrified.
As the entity started to invade Garrett's dreams, now he finds himself afraid while he's asleep as well as while he's awake. This just adds more potential energy for this entity to use.
The next morning, Garrett and Maria are faced with a terrifying choice.
This was now a question of life and death. This was something that we had to get rid of.
Maria contacts an exorcist through her friend.
I realized I was in way over my head and had to reach out to someone who had experience with dealing with these types of situations.
The exorcist lives out of state, so she calls Maria to consult over the phone.
Hi. We're ready.
She commanded the spirit to leave.
That's Swansea. It's St. David.
Garrett and Maria prepare the house for the cleansing.
Sage is believed to act as a cleansing agent in spiritual cases.
You could certainly feel a shift of the atmosphere in the room. It felt like it was trying to fight back against what we were trying to do.
It was trying to terrorize me, to break me down mentally and emotionally so it could win my house over against me.
I felt that we were both under attack.
I was shaken, yet trying to be very strong and commanding. Inside, I was scared all to hell.
Nursing assistants Garrett and Maria are terrorized by a demon that follows them home.
I felt like something was pushing down on me, almost trying to crush me.
Got some new stuff on.
There was a spiritual battle going on between good and evil.
The battle finally ends.
It was like everything that had been frightening us was gone. Like a stone had been lifted.
Finally, we had our home back.
The next day, the couple
Got a
returns
post fan as
to their
well.
work routine at the hospital.
It was such a relief. Things were back to normal. But that wasn't the case at all.
This to the filing room.
Once its ties were severed with their home, the entity went back to the place it was most familiar with, and that was the hospital.
To continue working in the filing room, Maria develops a simple but effective coping strategy. She ignores it.
This demon fed off my emotions. It fed off my fear. So I did not
I like how this has just literally been cut through his field.
Home with me ever again.
Though they make peace with the hospital's paranormal forces, Maria and Garrett leave soon after, move out of state, and get married.
We left the hospital behind to pursue our dream of moving to the state of Maine.
To better our lives in general, we always wanted to move up there.
But for those left behind, life on the hospital's second floor carries on.
You think the demon's still there?
I suspect that that demon is still in that file room, quite happily so.
Okay, ready, Eileen? Okay, so take me back to the start of your story.
She's gone and put something on TV, then buggered off upstairs.
I was driven towards the medical field. I went into ambulance, and then I went to work at a hospital, and now I'm a nurse. And now I've found exactly where it is I need to be.
Other than her job, Eileen's entire world revolves around her close-knit family.
Hello? Oh, come on.
For whom she's never more than a phone call away.
What is it? What's wrong?
My mother called me to tell me that my aunt had gone into surgery to have a tumor removed from her heart, and the prognosis was kind of up in the air.
As a nurse, the family relies on Eileen to reassure them.
Of course, I'll go see her. I knew in going to see her that there was going to be an expectation, that, you know, I was going to get asked questions as to what I thought was transpiring with her, and maybe what her overall prognosis might be.
Okay, I'll call you when I get there.
Try this again.
With her aunt in another city, Eileen grabs the first flight out and arrives later that evening. She's immediately
As soon as I
struck
delete it,
by an ominous feeling.
My aunt was a full-blooded Italian woman, probably as feisty as they come, and
right,
growing up, I spent a lot of time with
pause. Fucking have that.
Oh,
There we go.
hi, Auntie.
It took a bit.
How you doing?
It cost a bit. But I got it.
You're lovely. Thank you.
Eileen's daughter is recently married.
She had 10,000 questions, you know, about the wedding, and wanted to see a few pictures. expectation. To see maybe the air conditioner is on, but it was just fan air. It wasn't cold air going.
As the temperature inexplicably plunges, so does her aunt's condition.
She had these
Plan this out.
that to the point would scare you because they were actually taking her breath away. I'd get up and get her some water, and I would get it to her, and she would stop coughing.
I'm fine.
Eileen's trained eye knows otherwise.
Her appearance and her demeanor kind of led me to believe that she has cancer, and that the cancer had already spread through her system.
Her sadness turns to sudden terror.
Above her head, at the head of the bed, there's this shadow. No one is in the room, and I don't know what it is, don't know where it's coming from, but it's just getting darker and darker. I'm trying very, very hard to make out what this is. As I'm looking at it, I can see more of a head start to appear, and almost kind of a hood.
Another one of them out. Whoa, there's 700 odd people in Cardiff. 248 of them want to go to Hamlet.
I'm starting
Bloody
to
hell.
get very, very nervous. I was frozen in my chair, and I could feel myself shaking. Then I see these other outlines.
There's nothing I can do for a minute.
I am scared to death right now. I have never seen anything so foreboding in all of my life.
Nurse Eileen Prevet comes face
So
to
this
face
station's getting quite busy now, which is what we want.
entity.
Busier the
Here
better.
more, these winged creatures seem to have great significance. For example, in the Abrahamic religions, we see different entities coming around called angels in various different forms. I had no idea what it wanted, if it wanted something from me, or if it wanted something from my aunt.
What do you want?
At that moment, my aunt goes into this coughing fit again. She's coughing and coughing. Her face is getting blue.
Not many people
and
waiting at the
puts
bus
his
stop,
hands on either side of her
but there's
head,
loads waiting at St David's.
and she stops coughing. I didn't know what he was going to do, but I was worried.
That's because we have a lack of logs.
I'm going back to that minute and then getting all looked at.
Oh, you take planks.
It's okay. Take your time. Do you want to continue?
Alright. I said,
Who are you?
and he said to me, you should know who I am. At that moment, I was taken back a few years prior to a surgery that I had had.
See if that works.
Eileen was also visited.
Yes, that's better.
This thing asked me if I was ready. And I said, yes, I'm ready. I says, but I just have one request. I said, let me see my family one last time. And after I made that request, I had an experience where I actually left myself. I actually left my hospital bed.
Let them all go out. Up the log production.
Is the idea that we can actually project our consciousness somewhere else. People who have reported being close to death oftentimes get these experiences.
I'm gonna send him away.
The entity leads her out of her room, through the hospital, and transports her back home.
I was walking through my house, sink full of dishes in my kitchen. I make my way upstairs. I go in, I check on my girls, I check on my son, I check on my husband. I was completely at peace with everything that I saw.
With Eileen's visit done, she's taken back to her hospital room.
I mean, the coal train should be able to be a bit longer, but
As she prepares to die,
we are struggling on the
entity
whole
has a change of heart.
coal situation at the
Not
moment.
her time.
100 of them.
The next thing I notice is that I have someone slapping my arm.
When Eileen comes to, all her vital signs are back to normal.
I remember you. Who are you?
Nearly 1,000 passengers down here.
He told me he was the angel of death, the Grim Reaper.
Need a lot more mail.
Dry hair, you need moisture. Stop. Here, OGX penetrating oil. Hydrates fast. OGX.
Nurse Eileen Prevet
That
is
should
haunted
do it.
by a terrifying encounter with the angel of death.
The station's now really ramping up. Probably because it's the one that can move most
Multiple different
people.
stories and more around the Grim Reaper. One theory is that he's there to kill you and take you away. When I actually got to see his face, he was very, very scary. And I felt almost like I wanted to throw up because it was hideous. The thing said, "Don't be afraid." He said, "I am here to help her transition from life to death." Another interpretation about the Grim Reaper is that he's there to assist you. In this case, Azrael seems to be a extremely benevolent entity. He's considered one of the 7 archangels. So as frightening as the imagery of Azrael is, he seems to be there.
Train line's getting quite busy though. Oh, this is just...
Without warning, he disappears. And returns.
They're not the most intelligent drivers, are they? But I suppose the amount of people doesn't help.
And he just faded away, faded right back into the wall. My aunt died very, very peacefully. And no one could really ask for more.
Eileen alerts the nurses of her aunt's passing. She leaves, shaken by the experience. And the final moment haunts her.
Wants me to buy a new loco, but I need this to be sorted first. Just bear with me 2 seconds, guys, as well. I'll leave it over here.
Peaceful but questionable note.
That was a long drive.
Sure was, but we are here.
Screenwriter Noah Evslin and his wife arrive for an overnight trip to visit his grandmother.
My grandmother had recently moved into a nursing home about 2.5 hours north of New York City. I was very close with my grandmother. We come from a family of writers. She was a writer, her husband was a writer, and my whole life was spent, trying to emulate her.
See you in the morning, Anna.
So you actually stayed at her nursing home? Yeah, there was a room that was available for guests.
Located close to his grandmother's room, the accommodations are convenient, but also unusual.
There was a little living area, everything was clean, and a comfortable looking bed. I realized that this room was identical to the room that my grandmother lived in.
Nana's okay.
Yeah, she's doing good.
We went to sleep at about 10:30, 11, knowing we had to get up early to have breakfast with my grandmother. I made a joke, wondering, did somebody recently die here? And that's why the room.
Oh, is this all? I left it for 2 minutes.
That doesn't go over so well.
And we went to sleep.
Don't know a way to actually cure that problem.
And
I could.
overnight, I woke up to the worst smell that I've ever smelled in my life.
There's analog stuff around that might help.
It smelled like burning onions. I felt nervous because I thought, where's the fire? I looked around the room. There was no visual signs of smoke. There was no alarms. No one running in the halls. There was just no sound. The whole facility was asleep.
With each passing second, the horrible smell gives way to something even more vile.
It smelled like a rotten carcass, but not only rotten, but like rancid rotten.
In case of a haunting, you will get like the smell of death. Something that's rotting meat, things like that. And it's because they haven't crossed over yet.
I think everyone's experienced what a dead animal smells like. This wasn't dead animal day 1, 2, or 3. This was dead animal like at its peak of potency.
That'll help.
How long would you say that smell persisted?
It felt like it lasted. It felt like to me that the smell lasted around 5 minutes, and then it just started to like fade away. So I went back to sleep, and I was lying in the bed when something startled me.
It's still not ideal, but it's better than
There
it
was
was.
a man standing in the room, staring at me. That was terrifying.
Screenwriter Noah Evslin is shocked awake by the dead stare of a shadowy figure.
He had a red flannel shirt on, which matched his red hair and bright red beard. My first thought was that maybe this was a resident who had entered the room. But the room was locked, so how did this person get in here? And also, the man was significantly younger than a resident, and it made me wonder if this may be the son of a resident who still had a key and expected to see his father in bed, and suddenly is looking at me. I was filled with adrenaline. I woke up my wife, and I said, there's a man in the corner of the room, and when she turned to look, he was gone. My wife never saw him. My wife only saw me probably more scared than she's probably ever seen me then and till today. She knew that I had seen something really horrific, and I said, I think I just saw a ghost. I don't have any other explanation for the thing that I just saw. So at 2:30 in the morning, we got our stuff, exited the retirement home. We just weren't going to sleep in that room anymore, and not knowing what the intent of the thing is in the room, whether it was still there, and we drove back to New York City. That's how scared we were.
The next morning, he calls his grandmother.
She thought I was calling her from the room saying, let's go to breakfast, and then I had to sort of sheepishly explain that we had driven all the way back to New York City that night. And then I asked her, you told me that this was like kind of like a hotel where they had rooms for rent. But it's not a hotel, is it? And she said, no, not really, just rooms open up every now and then. And I said, by rooms opening up, do you mean somebody died in the room? And she said, well, yes, that's why they open up. The next question I asked was, the person who died in my room, was it a man? And she said yes. The man's name was Gary, who used to live in that room, and I was describing the red hair and red beard, and then I asked her, would him be wearing a red plaid shirt? Makes sense.
I know, I need the wooden
When
tokens.
I knew him, he had a white beard.
Oh, you
white
make
hair.
4 now.
I've definitely seen pictures of him as a younger man, and he had a red beard and red hair. He wore a lot of plaid. He used to be a hunter in the area. His expression when he was looking at me is frozen in my mind. He seemed confused and sad. I felt like he was confused because he didn't know he was dead, and that somebody was sleeping in his bed.
For a spirit that's recently passed, that definitely could lead to confusion on the
Oh, I think I'll be ending this shortly.
Time is different than the spirit world.
Got him for 2 hours.
It's not linear. You're not bound by the physical world, the physical
I want to try and get into this last age.
That experience
Before I
was
finish.
so terrifying that I decided we were never going to do an overnight trip there again.
Ah, this is run out. Oh, forest. I'm actually delivering wood quicker than I can do anything with it.
Dry hair, you need moisture. Stop. Here, OGX penetrating oil. Hydrates fast. OGX.
The best part of my job was being able to love people.
Hi, I'm Megan.
The secretary said, Judith, we've got a problem.
It's something I'll never forget. Her face is white as death. It just terrified me.
Without a doubt, the place is haunted.
It scared the shit out of you.
No, it scared the fuck out of me. The devil was in that room.
That should be working a bit better now. Speed up to full speed. The only problem we have now is this sawmill is struggling to keep up because this tree place is struggling.
Out in the country in Yorkshire Dales, and then I arrived in Birmingham and stayed there, and I worked in the same hospital from 1977 until 2010. Nursing requires a great deal of empathy and sympathy. Well, I suppose what's important about nursing to me is the ability to
Should manage it still.
to make them better.
Judith is hands-on.
Juicing a lot more
Slips past her.
I was working in management
tokens at a time.
the hospital a lot. I mean, I patrolled the whole hospital at least 3 times a day. My responsibility was for making sure that both patients and staff were safe in every aspect of their work.
Judith is prepared for every situation, except for the one she's about to encounter.
I was up in the offices and the secretaries came to see me and said, Judith, we've got a problem. The office is really uncomfortable. Somebody's moving our papers around every night, and so they were really quite upset about it.
See, I could do that, but it's 75 now.
Papers in the main filing
thinking maybe somebody's getting into the hospital.
Well, I mean, I did wonder if the cleaners were doing it. But actually the cleaners were going in first thing in the morning when the office staff were coming in and emptying all the bins from the day before. So there had to be some other explanation.
Many employees.
I know there's all three platforms here aren't being used yet, but
It may be that
there's
these
the
mysterious
possibility for them
entities just trying
to
to
be
make their
used.
presence known, or are they doing this deliberately? We're not entirely sure.
Judith, rational by necessity, remains open to the paranormal.
I didn't disbelieve. My first body I saw before I was 7, and that was my father. And I actually saw him about 6 weeks later walk down the stairs and walk out of the house. But I had watched him die.
Well, that's cheerful.
The door to the paranormal opens once more.
Now they've divided this ward in half, so there was the half that I used and the half that was empty. The thing was that the empty half.
There we go. So that will give us
which was fine during the day,
more stuff.
but at night, very uncomfortable.
Even more engines now that require fuel. So that has opened up another load of stuff on the map. So we've now got a factory,
To know when you're walking through
oil,
the place what catches your attention, because you're just walking down with one thing in mind. I didn't see anything. I just felt something.
we've got oil wells.
Something moved.
Refinery there. So that's something else that can go across the map, and even better.
This was just a movement of some sort that I was seeing on the edge of my peripheral vision in a place that I knew was empty.
With a waiting room
When you have a large location such as this
that is actually big
hospital,
enough
you could be dealing with numerous spirit entities, and if
to
you find
take
yourself
in that.
the
Now
dark,
what's
it's
going on here? Oh,
extremely creepy place to be.
I understood why my staff were very uncomfortable. My assumption was that
that's gonna have to be worked on.
look, there wasn't anybody there. I don't think that.
But that can wait till next time.
This is plainly some kind of entity that wants her gone from its turf. It wants her out. It wants to be left alone. And it's not shy about telling her that.
How did that make you feel?
Kind of upset that I could feel somebody who was quite close to me. Couldn't see him, but I could feel something close to me.
Judith and her staff continue to feel watched.